Morning, children. Today we are on to the second organic chemistry chapter of class 12, that is alcohol, phenol, ether. And in today's class we will be talking about preparation of alcohols. Okay, the first method what we are taking is preparation of alcohol from alkene. So suppose I take the simple alkene, that is this one, ethene, CH2 double bond CH2. So this is hydration. Hydration means with water, right? So when water is added, of course we will require dilute sulfuric acid, not concentrated sulfuric acid. Concentrated sulfuric acid has the property to dehydrate it. For hydration we always require dilute sulfuric acid. And what is the function of dilute sulfuric acid also we will discuss. You might think we are just adding water means HNOH, so we are getting add H here, it becomes CH3, and OH here means it will become a single bond. So we are getting this. Then what is the use of this sulfuric acid? We will be discussing the use of the sulfuric acid in the mechanism. So this was, children, a symmetrical alkene. So no issues, we are just adding H and OH. If we take CH3, CH double bond CH2, that is if we are using unsymmetrical alkene, then we will be adding water again in the presence of dilute sulfuric acid. So water will add on as per anti-Markovnikov's rule? No, Markovnikov's rule. So we will add H and OH. H this side, OH this side. That is as per Markovnikov's rule we are adding. So we will be getting this as single bond and one hydrogen will be adding here. OH will be added here. You will get this. At times, there is some rearrangement also possible. We will be discussing those cases, right? So this is the simple reaction when we are writing alkene, water, dilute sulfuric acid, you get the corresponding alcohol. Now let us see what exactly happens in this. Like, what is the mechanism of the reaction? We have this mechanism also in our syllabus, class 12 syllabus, mechanism. Now what exactly happens? I will take example of this unsymmetrical alkene and discuss. See, CH3, CH double bond CH2. Okay, so I am taking this. So what first happens is, we are carrying out the reaction in the presence of sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid will give you H plus and HSO4 minus. Right, so this H plus will first join. Where it will join, it may come this side or it may come here. When this H plus comes here or here, there is a possibility of two different carbocations. So if it is getting attached here, you will get CH3, CH2, CH2, and you get a positive charge here. That means this will be shifted. And if the H attaches here, then you will get CH3, CH, you will get a positive charge here, and CH3 gets attached here. So if H gets attached here, so if H is getting attached here, you are getting a 1 degree carbocation. If it is attacking on this carbon atom, then you are getting the positive charge here. That means you are getting 2 degree carbocation. So you are getting two different types of carbocations, of which we know the secondary carbocation is more stable. This one is more stable, right? 2 degree carbocation, we know the order is 3 degree maximum, then 2 degree, and then 1 degree. Now in the next step what happens, children? Whatever carbocation is obtained, CH3, CH, CH3, and the positive charge, we write here. You can write here also on the top. So this is now attacked by water. We have taken water also. With water we are adding dilute sulfuric acid. So now that water has two lone pairs on it. Okay, carbon having positive charge now will be attacked by this lone pair. It will try to pull some electrons towards itself. So when this attracts, what you get is CH3, CH, CH3, and this water gets attached here. With one lone pair, it gets attached. So only one lone pair will be left behind, and this oxygen now is having 3 bonds, so it will get a positive charge. Right? Now, this is now protonated alcohol. right? It is protonated alcohol. Now what happens in the next step is that HSO4 minus which was formed here, this will try to take its thing back. It had given H plus to it, so it will try to pull this H plus from here. When it tries to pull this H plus from here, it will become again H2SO4. So when this tries to pull, one H will go and what is left behind? Only alcohol. So what will you get now? CH3, CH, OH, CH3. Got it? So what did you get here? You got 2 degree alcohol. So what we can say, there are 3 steps in the total reaction. There are 3 steps. Number 1 is, this is the first step, children, where it is protonation of the alkene. This alkene is getting protonated by the H plus. Protonation of the alkene to form carbocation. Right? It is protonation of the alkene to form a carbocation. Right? And the second step is where water, is attacking it, where water is attacking this one. So this was the first step, right? This is the second step. So it is the nucleophilic attack of water on the carbocation. This is a nucleophilic attack. This is in need of a positive charge. The nucleophilic attack of water on the carbocation. You got this. Next, the last step is deprotonation. This was the third step. There are 3 steps in this mechanism. Protonation, second nucleophilic attack of water on the carbocation, and the last one is deprotonation to form alcohol. That proton is removed from it. Got it? Suppose you are asked a question like this. These are some alkenes given and you are asked to write down the major products like dilute sulfuric acid and water. So what we normally do is, we will try to write the answer with respect to the Markovnikov's rule. So this H will attack the carbon atom which is having more number of hydrogen, and OH to the carbon having less number. So we will write down the product like this: CH3, CH2, CH3, and where there are less number of hydrogen we will write down OH. Fine, this is perfectly alright. This is not at all a wrong answer. This is correct answer. Now what about this? You have carbon-carbon double bond. On the adjacent carbon there is hydrogen also present. These type of questions I have also discussed in haloalkenes, haloarenes. So when in the first step, as in the mechanism we have discussed, children, H plus will attack. So when H plus is attacking, H plus can attack here. If it is attacking here, you will get 1 degree carbocation. If it is attacking here, you will get 2 degree. So 2 degree means you will get a positive charge here. So when you get a positive charge on the neighboring atom, on the neighboring carbon atom, there is H. So hydride shift is possible. Right? Let me write down and show you. So as per our discussion, it should form 2 degree carbocation in the first step. Means H will attack here and you will get like this. Okay, CH3, this will be your first thing, and then you will get here and you will get single bond CH3, and this is what we write in the first step. Right? Now this hydrogen which is present here, this is a 2 degree carbocation. There is a possibility that if this comes here, if this hydrogen comes here along with its bond, the electrons with which it is linked to the carbon, if it comes here, then the positive charge may shift this side. This was not possible here. You might think hydrogen is present. Even if this comes, it is still a 2 degree carbocation. So this H from here prefers coming this side. When it prefers coming this side, what will happen? You will get CH3, C, CH3, C, it will now be H2, H3, and you get a positive charge. It will prefer becoming 3 degree because 3 degree carbocation is more stable than 2 degree. So this will be there. Now in the last step, that thing will happen. Water will attack, right? Same way as we did in the mechanism, water will attack. It will give its lone pair here, one of the lone pair. So then OH2 will get attached here, right? So if you want, I will write down and show you so that you do not get confused. CH3, C, CH3, you will have a single bond, CH2, CH3, and here you will have OH2 attached with one lone pair left. And now deprotonation. one H will come out and you will get minus proton. Minus H plus will be there and you will get here CH3, COH, CH3, single bond, CH2, CH3. Is it clear, children? Right? So if there is on the adjacent carbon atom, there is hydrogen and there is one methyl group also attached, then only 3 degree carbocation is possible. Just hydrogen is not enough. Here also hydrogen was there, but if this is shifting, then also this is 2 degree. But if H is shifting, you are getting a 3 degree carbocation, which is very stable. So this was 2 degree, so H shift. So this is hydride shift which is taking place. So when this is occurring, this is getting 3 degree carbocation form. This 3 degree will be now attacked by water molecule and then deprotonation. So this is the product. Same way here. You can see this side. I will just draw a line and write the product down for this one. First thing is H plus will attack. Obviously, H plus will attack here so that it forms 2 degree carbocation. So let it attack. So first H plus will attack and you get like this. CH3, C, CH3, CH3. You will get here, CH, CH3 and a carbocation formed here. On the adjacent carbon atom, now there is methyl. This is 2 degree carbocation. There is a possibility that CH3 should come here. It's methyl shift. So this methyl shift will be there. When this comes here, it will get converted into, this is methyl shift, right? Methyl shift. When this is there, what will happen, children? CH3, C, CH3, you will get this carbocation. You will have, this CH3 has come here now. This is CH3 and you will get here CH. From here this has gone. This has become now 3 degree. Now water will attack here and deprotonation will occur here. So you will get OH here. So what will be the product here, children? So first water will attack, okay, which I said will provide lone pair here, and deprotonation will occur, and finally what product you will get is CH3, CH3, you will get OH here, CH, CH3 and CH3. So don't get confused when you are writing. Do not write H and OH simply and that is your major product. No, this will not be correct. Whenever on the next carbon atom possibility of forming 3 degree carbocation, please form. There is methyl or hydride shift. Another reaction is preparation of alcohol from alkene only by hydroboration oxidation. Now hydroboration oxidation is occurring in the presence of diborane. It occurs in the presence of diborane. Diborane is B2H6 or BH3 taken twice, we can write. This reaction occurs in the presence of THF, tetrahydrofuran, right? Now it follows anti-Markovnikov's rule. It follows anti-Markovnikov's rule. Markovnikov's rule, right? Okay. Let us write the example. CH3, CH, double bond, CH2. It is, unsymmetrical alkene we have taken. Now first let me tell you what is the role of this tetrahydrofuran. Now what is furan, children? We know furan is this. This is furan. Okay. If you remove these double bonds, these are all hydrogens now. So 1, 2, 3, 4 hydrogens come. So you will get this. This is tetrahydrofuran. Now what is the use of this tetrahydrofuran? We know this BH3, if we draw the structure, children, it is like this. It's electron deficient compound, boron hydride. So two BH3s combine and it forms B2H6. So this is electron deficient. So it will try to take the lone pair from this. So because it is unstable, it is electron deficient, it will try to take electron pair. So this forms a dative bond with BH3 and makes it stable. So to stabilize that BH3 we use a tetrahydrofuran. So what exactly happens in this is, there is a double bond present here. So this is the alkene. It is now attacked by BH3. So BH3, children, I am writing as HBH2 because this is the way it's going to attack. This is minus, this is plus. partial positive or partial negative you can say. And there is a pi bond between pi and sigma bond. Okay, so pi bond is a weaker bond. Okay, so depending because the pi bond is weaker bond, it will break faster, and on this the H and BH2 will add on. So when this comes here, this carbon will get a partial negative charge, and this carbon is losing the pi bond because this is going the other side. This gets a positive charge. So this HBH2 will add on like this. H will add here, BH2 will add here. So when H adds here and BH2, it actually forms a transition state. A ring-like structure is formed. It's something like this, H and this is dot dot BH2. This will add here. So this will add here, this one will add here, and you will get a ring-like structure. So every time this will add on as HBH2. So when this adds here, what do you get? CH3. This becomes now CH2 because this H has added here. This is now a single bond. CH2, and now you get this as BH2, right? Now this further will be attacked by one more alkene. There are three alkenes which can be attacked: CH3, CH, double bond, CH2. Again from here H will add, from this H will add here, and the remaining things the other side. That means this part will add on as H, and the remaining things will be added on this particular carbon atom. As say, I will write it reverse: CH2, CH2, CH3. This I have written reverse. So this whole thing will be added on here. This is BH2. This will be added here. So when this is added here, and from this will be now only BH, because from here H has added. So one H from here has added here. So what is left over? Only BH. So this BH and this whole thing will get added here. So when this is added now, children, what you will have? This H has gone, means it will form CH3, CH2, and now you will have CH2, and in between you have BH, and this side you have CH2 and CH2 and CH3. Still it is having one hydrogen. This hydrogen now again it will add on to one more alkene, that is CH3, CH, double bond, CH2. One more alkene. So again from this one H will get added here. From boron it will get added on this carbon atom. So on this carbon atom now when it is getting added, so what you will get? See, from here one H you write here, CH2, CH2, right? And now one H has gone, only B is left over. So B. So in a way on this you are having CH2, CH2, CH3 and this twice. So in a way I can write this as thrice on it. You will get this product, and in the last step it gets hydrolyzed in the presence of water, hydrogen peroxide and basic medium. So what will happen? So this you can add here, you can break it from this side. So 3 OH you will add here, means there are 3 water molecules which are actually getting added here. So 3 OH you will add here, and same way this side also you will have boric acid obtained. It's actually hydrogen peroxide which you are writing thrice, no? So OH, OH. 3 times you write. This side 3, this side 3. So when 3 OH you write here, what will you get? CH3, CH2, CH2, OH. You will get 3 propyl alcohols and 3 OH and boron. This will form H3BO3. You will get boric acid. This is very, very important in case we want anti-Markovnikov addition of water on unsymmetrical alkene. We will follow anti-Markovnikov's rule. Hydroboration oxidation. Next method to prepare alcohol we are taking from carbonyl compounds. Carbonyl compounds mean aldehydes or ketones, right? So I have taken here RCHO. Okay, RCHO, that is some aldehyde. Instead of this H, if it is R, it becomes ketone, right? So first I am taking is catalytic reduction. It is a type of reaction which is called as reduction. Reduction means hydrogen is being added on. So first, suppose we carry out the reaction in the presence of nickel, platinum, palladium or hydrogen. Hydrogen is definitely required. So basically what we are doing, we are just adding one hydrogen here, one hydrogen here. Means this setup is giving it two hydrogens. It is giving two hydrogens. So one hydrogen will add on here, another hydrogen will add on here. So when you are adding this, what are you getting? On this something is added means double will become single bond. This will be OH. Now there is one hydrogen, one more is added, it becomes CH2. That means you got alcohol. Now what is the mechanism of this reaction? This is following free radical mechanism. Free radical addition mechanism. Because double bond is getting converted into single bond. Free radical mechanism. Right. Now first thing is, whatever be the number of the carbon atom, you are getting alcohol with the same number of carbon atom. You take 2 carbon aldehyde, you will get 2 carbon alcohol. You take 3 carbon alcohol aldehyde or ketone, you will get 3 carbon alcohol. So likewise. So what is exactly happening? There is a sigma bond and a pi bond. The pi bond is a weaker bond. It can break faster. So there is homolytic fission of this pi bond which is taking place. So one electron of the bond is going this side and the another one is going the other side, right? So what you get is a free radical here and here. So I will write down here what exactly has happened. R, C, H, O and O and one dot here, one dot here we will write. There is a free radical formed here. H2 is added here. We have carried out this H2 reaction with H2 because it's basically reduction. So that H2 also undergoes homolytic fission. Right? This one bond, electron goes here, one electron goes here. So again it forms two hydrogen free radicals. One hydrogen will get attached here, another hydrogen will get attached here. You will get this product. Perfect. So this is very, very simple. Carbonyl compounds, aldehydes or ketones, if the reaction is carried out in the presence of nickel, platinum, palladium and hydrogen, it is heated, you will get alcohol. It is following free radical mechanism. This H bond breaks, forms two free radicals, O and O carbon, one free radical you get, and then this H also form free radical which will add on. Now the same reaction can also be carried out in the presence of lithium aluminium hydride, which is also a good reducing agent. Lithium aluminium hydride or sodium borohydride. Now what happens with this? Lithium aluminium hydride will first split up as Li plus and AlH4 minus. Okay, this negative ion and this is of course electropositive. Then what happens is this AlH4 minus will form H minus hydride ion plus AlH3. This hydride ion will now attack the aldehyde or the ketone. That means this H and what you have taken is LiAlH4, which internally I told you has given H minus. This H minus will add. Where it will add? Here or here? Because there is a double bond between carbon and oxygen, difference in electronegativity. Here the mechanism is explained as this pi electron is more drifted towards oxygen. So oxygen gets partial negative, carbon gets partial positive charge. When this gets partial positive charge, the H minus which was liberated by lithium aluminium hydride is attacking on this particular carbon atom. When this attacks here, this bond goes on that particular oxygen atom. So what you get is R, H, this H is from the hydride, H, O, and this gets complete negative because this bond has gone there. Now this is the reaction which we are taking place in the presence of lithium aluminium hydride, or it can be also sodium borohydride, which will be exactly the same thing. It will form Na plus BH4 minus and the same thing will happen. Okay, this is always carried out in the presence of ether or H plus water in the acid medium. So what will happen is H plus from an acid medium, when we have taken water, so H plus from here will go on this oxygen which is having negative charge. So what you get is R, CH, H and OH. So product is same. Product is same. Actually speaking, lithium aluminum hydride is a better reducing agent. Only thing is than this one. Only thing is it's quite expensive. So we prefer this one or even simply catalytic hydrogenation. Okay, did you follow that? So it's all these are same carbonyl compound. Either you can use this as the reducing agent, or you can use LiAlH4 or sodium borohydride. All are functioning in the similar manner. You are getting the same product. Only thing is little bit mechanism is different. Right? This was free radical. This is giving hydride, and hydride is first attacking the carbon atom, and then this is O getting negative is now attacked by H plus of water. Clear? Now suppose you are asked a question like this: CH3 CH double bond CH CHO. Okay, I hope this is clear. If not, this one I am writing it again: CH3 CH double bond CH CHO. Suppose this is asked and you are asked predict the products. What will you write? If it is with lithium, platinum, palladium, nickel, platinum, palladium and hydrogen, then the product will be double bond as well as the aldehyde. Both are getting reduced. Means a double bond will get converted to single bonds and aldehyde will get converted to alcohol. So in this case you are getting the product as CH3 CH2 single bond CH2, and here also you get alcohol. This is in case you are getting, please note this down, it's very important. So nickel, platinum, palladium, they are able to reduce both aldehyde as well as the double bond. Whereas if the reaction is asked in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride or sodium borohydride, then double bond will not be affected. It will remain as such and you will get this as CH2OH. You have these type of questions, asked. Another reaction is from carboxylic acid and its derivatives. How can we prepare alcohol? Right? So this is also reduction. We carry out the reaction in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride or sodium borohydride will not be preferred because this will not give the reaction. Lithium aluminum hydride is preferred. So we use this one. So this gives 4 hydrogens, 4 nascent hydrogens. So very simple to write the product. There are 4 hydrogens, no? So one hydrogen you will write here. This will form water. Second hydrogen you will write here. This I am writing. What I am adding on, I am writing in a circle. This will form alcohol, and remaining 2 hydrogens you are going to write here. This will become alcohol. So it will be R, C, H2 and OH. So 2 hydrogens here I have written as H2. And this bond will break from here, plus you will get water. Right? Same way here. This is giving 4 hydrogens, 4 nascent hydrogens. So one hydrogen will add on here, it will form alcohol. One hydrogen will add on here, it will form OH. 2 hydrogens will add on here, you will get R, C, OH. This will become H2 plus you will get ROH, alcohol. Same way here, you can try out. I am just writing the final product CH2OH plus here you will get HCl. These are also reduction, of carboxylic acid, ester and acid halides using LiAlH4. Now though LiAlH4 is costly, so instead of that you can carry out catalytic hydrogenation, that can be done. Okay, but not sodium borohydride. Next children we are taking is preparation of alcohols from Grignard reagent. From Grignard reagent. Now this is very important reaction because this reaction is used to increase the number of the carbon atoms. To increase the number of the carbon atoms from carbonyl compounds we are preparing using Grignard reagent. So first I am writing the basic reaction, what exactly happens in this. There is carbonyl group, CO group. You are adding what? Grignard reagent RMgX. Now this bond we said, will have partial carbon, R will have partial negative, Mg will have partial positive charge. So this will, because Mg being more electropositive than R, will try to pull electrons electropositive. So this will try to give electron here, this will get partial negative and Mg will get partial positive. This reaction follows nucleophilic addition mechanism. Now why nucleophilic addition? Because there is a double bond between carbon and oxygen. O being more electronegative will try to pull this electron pair towards itself. As a result, O gets partial negative charge and this carbon gets a partial positive charge, right? So when this happens is, the R which is having negative will add on to R. This R will add on to carbon which is positive. This is negative but carbon is positive, and Mg which is having partial positive charge will add on to oxygen. The opposite thing, this is positive, so the negative R will attack here. O is negative, so Mg which is positive will add on here. So what changes are there, we are going to write down here. So this was R on the top, I have written. This is O and I have just written separately OMgX. Right. Now this particular product is the addition product which is obtained. This is the addition product. We can write like this. It is the adduct, we can say, or addition product. Right. This further breaks. Hydrolysis occurs. Hydrolysis occurs in the acid medium. H2O, acid medium. So H will add here, OH will add here. So when H will add here, what will you get? This R is there, you will get alcohol, right? Plus what are you getting? MgOH X, right? This is the general thing I have written. This is any carbonyl compound, maybe formaldehyde, maybe acetaldehyde, or maybe ketone. Now this is very, very important. We are going to take some examples and discuss further. Example, suppose now I take first this CO which I took here. Instead of CO, now I am taking is formaldehyde, HCHO. It's attacked by RMgX, Grignard reagent. So now I am not writing that arrows partial negative and all. So I am just telling you R will attack carbon and Mg will attack O, right? So what you will get? HC here. R will attack here means R I am writing on the top. This is OMgX. Then this further we said no, it will undergo hydrolysis in the acid medium. So when how it breaks from here? H and OH. So when H adds here, what are you getting? You are getting H, C, R here on the top. This is H, this is R. And you get here OH plus Mg, OH, X. So what are you getting here? This is what alcohol? It's 1 degree alcohol, RCH2OH. That means, please note this down, very, very important. If you are using formaldehyde and any Grignard reagent with formaldehyde, when it is adding on, nucleophilic addition reaction is there, you are getting a adduct, then hydrolysis, you will always get 1 degree alcohol, right? If you use 2 degree alcohol, then if you want to prepare 2 degree alcohol, then you will have to use acetaldehyde here. Okay, you please note down this one first, then I will discuss the another one. Now I have taken acetaldehyde. Earlier I took formaldehyde and Grignard. Now I have taken acetaldehyde and Grignard. Actually any other aldehyde, not necessary acetaldehyde. Again this R will add on to carbon, Mg will add on to O. What you will get is CH3, CH, R on the top, O, Mg, X. Then it's hydrolysis in the acid medium. This will break here, H, OH. What you are getting? CH3, C, R, CH, OH plus Mg, OH, X. This is 2 degree alcohol. This is again very, very important. If you want to prepare 2 degree alcohol, you have to take any other aldehyde. Because if this was H, this will be H. This also will be H. Means you will get RCH2O. That means you are getting that case 1 degree alcohol. Now suppose we want to prepare 3 degree alcohol then. If you want to prepare 3 degree alcohol, then you will take ketone. CH3, CO, CH3. I have taken the basic ketone, acetone, plus RMgX. This R will add on to the carbon, Mg will add on to this O. What you will get? CH3, CH3, R will add on here on the top, O, Mg, X. Then its hydrolysis occurs in the acid medium. This will break H, OH. So when it breaks here, you will get CH3, C, R, CH3, OH plus Mg, OH, X. That means you are getting 3 degree alcohol. Okay, this will be very important for reactions. Like first again and again I'm telling what we said. If we are using formaldehyde, Grignard reagent, you are getting 1 degree alcohol. Now we have discussed that if we are using any other aldehyde, say acetaldehyde, Grignard reagent, you are getting more number of carbon atoms. If it was just reduction in the presence of LiAlH4, catalytic hydrogenation, you are getting same number. With this R, you are adding on the carbon atom. So if you are using any other aldehyde, you will get 2 degree. If you are using ketone and Grignard reagent, you are getting 3 degree alcohol. Clear? I hope you have followed all the methods of preparation of alcohols, what we have discussed in today's video. Please practice it. Try to solve some more type of questions. Thank you for watching.